welcome to the first gameplay video for Hotel Dusk, room 215. I want to go over a few things with you before we start the game, so let's get into that stuff and get it out of the way. So some general information. If you watched my introduction video for the series, this is why I used an image instead of the title screen. The title screen is quite bland and ugly looking. Probably one of the ugliest title screens I think I've ever seen. The time to beat on this game is about 15 to 16 hours. The type of gameplay is normal mode using save states. Since I am playing this with an emulator, audio stutters will occur when quick saving. Nothing I can do about that. I want to explain it though so you didn't think the game was glitching out for no reason. Collecting anything. I will be collecting the 7-star stickers hidden throughout the game. You can reference the guide I linked in the video description or just follow along as we encounter them in gameplay. Other information: pissing people off. You can get kicked out of the hotel by the manager if you cause too much trouble, resulting in a game over if my memory is correct. You can also upset other characters so much that you can't complete objectives. They will ignore you and not let you talk to them anymore. So be careful how you interact with people. The split in the screen, as you can see here. This is how the screens are presented on the Nintendo DS. Yes, you can bring the two screens together side by side with the emulator. However, the image will be misaligned and look worse when the game uses both screens to show a complete image. At least with the separation, the image maintains its correct aspect ratio. In my emulator, I'm using a 90 pixel separation for Hotel Dusk. This number may vary depending on the game you are playing. Double cursor. The game uses its own cursor on the screen. It is used when inspecting things up close in most cases. Since touchscreen functionality is not used when emulating, you'll have your Windows cursor active. Your Windows cursor is not tied to the movement of the in-game cursor directly, only once you have clicked something. I've opted to use a small Windows cursor to not clutter up the screen so much. So as you can see here on the black, this little red dot is going to be my cursor instead of using just a big, normal Windows cursor. Puzzle issues. There is at least one puzzle in the game that is hard to complete when emulating. There is a workaround for this, but it may take me a few attempts because I don't remember which method worked for me. I'm not going to narrate the intro cutscene here, as the game advances the text automatically. I'll narrate the rest of the game though. So after the cutscene, we'll get into the controls and the UI, and then we'll get into just regular gameplay. So I have a continue here because I was testing, making sure the game was going to record correctly. And we'll just overwrite that once we get into the game. So we'll start a new game. name's Kyle Hyde. It's been 3 years since I quit the force and left New York. Now I'm a salesman for this outfit called Red Crown. On the surface, Red Crown's a door-to-door sales firm dealing in household goods. But Ed, the boss, has himself a side business on the side. Just my audio. He finds things that don't always want to be found, if you know what I mean. From time to time, I lend a hand. Ain't the greatest gig in town, but hell, I got nowhere to be and nothing better to do. You hear me, Bradley? This is it. This is what I'll be doing until I find you. Alright, so you gotta click the door handles here. Once we go in, I'm going to go ahead and mute the music in the game because this game is music non-stop. It's always playing. And I want to discuss a few of the controls and the UI and stuff with you, so I'm going to mute it and we'll get into that. Turn it back up. Great. An empty lobby with no one home. Where's the front desk in this dump? Huh, cute sign pal. Guess that's where I check in. Is Ed's package here yet? The boss was sending us a package here. Alright, now I'm gonna mute it. Okay. Just check my notes here. Okay, so on the left you have the normal looking environment, and as you move your character on this side of the screen, you can do it with a normal DS. You would be able to do it with the D-pad or your cursor being held down on this side of the screen. And in my case, I'm emulating the game and I'm using a keyboard and mouse, so I can hold my left mouse click and move my character. So you're looking at kind of an over-the-top view of the room that you're in. And this represents the direction you're looking, so it mirrors over in the actual 3D environment. I'm probably going to use my arrow keys on my keyboard more than I'm going to use the mouse, just because the mouse can be a little unwieldy. Get a little more direct control. The controls are a little strange. They're kind of like tank controls from like Resident Evil, except when you turn left and right, you start moving that direction. So in Resident Evil, you'd spin in circles. And in normal modern games, you would strafe left to right, but in this game, you just start going that direction. So that's kind of the movement in this game. But you don't click anything over here. This is just kind of where you see your character talking to the characters on the other side of the screen. And you can't really do anything. I mean, you can click over here, but really you're just clicking on the end of this screen. And so it tells you where you are. You have 4 little things down here. This one is for opening doors. This one is for talking to people in front of you. This is for inspecting things close up. Like if you come over here, we're going to use this as a test spot, this area on the wall. Once you get close enough, you can inspect it further and interact with it in more detail. This here is kind of your option screen. I like the little touch of him looking in his little notebook. You can access your inventory, your items. Right now we just have a suitcase key and a pager, and you click on it, it shows you a flat image of it. You can't really, it's not totally flat because the pager is an actual model. They're 3D models, but you can't rotate them, which kind of sucks, but you can't. Suitcase key, the worn old key to my suitcase, pager, a gift from Ed, my boss. I'm supposed to call Rachel when it goes off. Rachel is is Ed's secretary. You can scroll once you get more in the list. Go to more pages once the first list fills, I guess. The first page fills. And then you go on your back button here to get to the screen before. Characters, anybody you've met, it'll list in the characters screen. I think if you've seen somebody and just heard them talking, but you didn't speak to them directly to learn who they are, they'll still show up here, but it'll have like a question mark because he doesn't know their name. So Brian Bradley, the man I'm looking for, my ex-partner that he shot in a cutscene on that pier, that dock. Ed Vincent, head of Red Crown, the company we work for. He was a friend of my dad. So you'll see what Red Crown is, but basically we're like an investigation agency undercover. We'll learn more about that as we go. And here's Ed's secretary. Red Crown employee, she's Ed's secretary. So she'll page us. Yeah, for all you youngins out there who don't know what a pager is, this was before you had mobile phones. You would just get paged. And I think it would just show the number. I don't think it would associate, it might associate a name with the number that would scroll across the screen. But you couldn't call them back on it or anything. You would just get a beep, 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 and then you would go find a pay phone or whatever, and call the number back. My dad used to have one, so I'm familiar with them. I never used one, but he had one for the longest time. So then you can save and load. We'll go ahead and do a save. We'll overwrite my test save. And you'll see how quick this goes. Check, check, check. 4 checks really quick. When you first make your first save, emulating this, and probably when you play it on DS, it takes a little while for it to create that initial save and then actually save it. So on the emulator it may feel like it's freezing up or slowing down, but it just takes a moment, and then every time you save after that, it's really quick. It kicks you right back out into the game. And then memo, this is an area where you can take notes for yourself. You can just kind of draw on the screen like, Microsoft Paint or Mario Paint. And he kind of draws as you draw, which is really cool. Nice touch. He starts the animation when you let go and draw a new line. You have some little options here. You can, you can undo the last thing you did. This turns it from the pencil to an eraser so that you could erase manually just a portion. It's kind of screwy. There you go. And then this is like a flash out, just completely screen flashes it. And you get 3 pages you can use. I don't know if they increase as you get further in the game or not. I'm actually curious to see if they do. But you start off with 3, so you can just take notes. I'm probably just going to be using my phone to take notes. But nice little feature to have when you play this on the real DS. System, very minimal settings here. The game had an option to, I guess on the DS, where you would, the spot where you would, it was like an expansion slot on the back, that's what it was. you could plug in a thing called a rumble pack, and I guess when certain things would happen in the game, if somebody slammed a door or something, you would feel the DS rumble, but obviously I don't have that emulating. And then here you have an option to change based on what is your dominant hand, and you would have to like flip the DS the other way around to do it. But I'm right-handed, so that covers the kind of options menu screen that you get. This is just the in-game time, like military time, I guess. I don't even know if it matches up correctly. Back out, it's not important. Okay, so that kind of covers the controls. It covers what these do down here and what the book does. Now I want to show you the detailed inspecting area. So get up close to a location. Click the magnifying glass when it's flashing. It brings you into this screen, and here's where you get the in-game cursor, which is very strange now because that I think about it, because I don't see why you would have needed it on the DS. Why did the game need an actual cursor to show you where you're pointing? Because you would either just be using your finger or a stylus to point directly, like at this dartboard or at this photo of this girl. But I can't hide it in the game, and I could hide my actual Windows cursor, but then I couldn't see where I'm clicking on the screen to interact with this stuff. So the way it works, it doesn't matter if you hide it off screen, because when you come back in here, it's going to reset to the center. If you move it over here anyway, when you click your actual cursor on something, it'll move it to it. Just like this table, you move it to it, and then when you click it again, he'll comment. Saw the little table, too bad it's covered in scratches. So I just opted for a tiny but noticeable cursor, and so it'll kind of do that. It lags a little bit until it catches up, and then it gets on the tip of the in-game cursor. And this slider here, which you could use the left or the right on the D-pad of the DS, I'm going to be using the left and the right on the left and right arrow keys to do it. But you can also do it with the mouse. When you do this, it kind of semi-rotates what you're looking at. I don't know what you call this. I mean, this is three-dimensional, but it's kind of like a half-circle rotation, just to kind of let you see more of this area. You can't move up and down, it's just horizontal. You can back out. This is what you could do to get right into your inventory to use an item to interact with the environment. So it'll take you right in and be like, I want to use my suitcase key, and say use, and then turns into a hand. And then you pick the item you want to use it on, if I had an item to use it on. And then this just lets you open your notebook really quickly to take a note on something. And that pretty much covers the basics here of how this game operates. Pretty simple. I just wanted to cover the general things of how things operate. I like to do this in every game that I play. That's why I've started to make these first gameplay videos for games that are going to be a series, about an hour long instead of my usual 30 minutes. Looking at my timer here, I'm roughly at the 30-minute mark, so I got all that stuff out of the way. Just reference my notes, which I think I have gotten it all out of the way. Yep, so we got about 30 minutes left or so for some gameplay. So back out here where we started. And I'll get the sound back up. So here's what a quick save does. It kind of stutters a little. That's what I was explaining before. So I did a quick save. And do another hard save. I guess you only get 3 slots to save in. This is a DS game though, so. Alright, so we'll continue over here. Inspect this stuff further. Let's do this again. Saw the little table, too bad it's covered in scratches. Leather sofa, huh? Looks like it's been around the block a few times. A clock that looks like a dartboard. Genius. It's the hotel's business permit. I bet it's expired. Nice bikini. Too bad a girl like that would never stay in a place like this. Wonder how many losers have imagined she was looking at them. Nothing you can do with it, just look at it closer. There's a license plate on the wall. Did a mechanic decorate this dump? Just thinking, I really hope I don't get copyright claim for the music in this game. I hope it can be presented to you guys here on YouTube, because it sucked to have to take it out. So let's look at this last thing. There's a sticker underneath the frame. Right, so this is our first star sticker of 7. Yeah, this is number 1. Front desk hanging on the wall. And I think in each new game the number's different. It may not be, but I think there's some RNG randomness to which number is on the star. And some can say plus and some can say minus. I don't remember the plus and minus is about, but that's our first one. I'm just taking note of what that says. I'm also going to probably set the music a little low in the gameplay, just so my voice doesn't get drowned out by it. Take a sip of drink. Spin the view. So yeah, there's going to be 6 more of these that we're looking for, and they're kind of hidden. This isn't really hidden, they kind of give you this one, but wonder if the shade on the table lamp used to be white. The end table's covered in dust. Hope the rooms are cleaner. Yeah, Kyle's got kind of an attitude. It's alright though. Alright. I don't think we can leave. No. Can't interact with it. So the front counter. Let's go check it out. So television. Clipboard, phone, a bell, a calendar. There's a TV at the end of the counter. Looks like there's a note. There's a note stuck to the side of the TV. TV operation hours 7 to 9 p.m. Let me jot that down. That's going to be important. Okay. There's a power switch and a channel selector. Is this thing broken? What a wonderful hotel this is. Maybe you just don't know how to use a television, Kyle. That was missing a knob, or is that just one of those vertical things for turning? That looks like it might be missing a knob. It's an older model with a pair of rabbit ears. Classy. Okay, nothing new. Hey, it's a clipboard. That settles it. There's got to be somebody around here. There's a calendar on the wall. Yes, there is, Kyle. There's one down here, too. It's a calendar. Great. Now I can keep track of how long I've been standing here. A telephone. Am I supposed to call someone to help me? There's an old cabinet with pigeonholes behind the counter where they would put messages or packages or mail. Can't click on the door. There's no one at the front desk. Let's ring the bell. Guy's got a bell on the counter. Nice touch. Puzzle time. We did it. Maybe this dump isn't deserted after all. Rosa, hey Rosa, if I told you once, I told you 1,000 times. Don't go bothering me when I'm watching a game. Huh. What the hell, you ain't Rosa? When you see the yellow text in this, click it. Hey. And he'll kind of intervene and you'll get a little more out of the conversation. I think you're on a timer. Eventually you'll run out of that thing being able to be clicked. What a charming place. Did you call me Rosa? What do I pick? What the hell? Nice greeting. Talk to all your guests that way. Excuse me. I don't care about your game. I need a room. And I don't like waiting at the front desk like some kind of delivery boy. Whoa, whoa. Sorry, buddy. Don't get all riled up on me now. Bit of a short fuse there, pal. Name's Dunning Smith, and I own this joint. Welcome to my own little slice of heaven, Hotel Dusk. Dunning Smith seems like a grumpy old guy with a big mouth on him. So you here for a room or just to hear me jaw? A room one night. What kind of room you want? A cheap one. Well, if you want to save a bit of money, I got just the room for you. Great. But hey, let me bend your ear for a second. How'd you like to stay in something a little nicer? You're telling me you have nice rooms in this hotel? You bet your life. You're in sales, right? Door to door, on your feet all day. Something like that. So you haul your case around all day and no one's biting but the dogs. So what do you say? Why not give yourself a little treat for once? One night in a nice room will make a new man out of you. Now it just so happens that tonight I got a top-class suite free. And because I'm feeling generous, I'll let you have it for a special price. Suites ain't for me. I said cheap. It's a peach of a room. Hey, you got a problem? Do I look like a guy who would stay in a suite? Yep, alright, I get you. Gotta say though, I'm disappointed. Well, if I can get you to fill out this registration card, the room is all yours. Here's a pen for you. Nice pen too. Don't go stealing it. Puzzle time. Room, name, address, city, state. Hotel Dusk. You don't actually have to write it. You just kind of wiggle it and he'll do it. Thankfully. We did it. Kyle Hyde. Your name really Kyle Hyde? That's what my parents told me. Huh? Is there a problem? No, forget I said anything. Hold on. What's your problem? Like my name? Good name, isn't it? Look at his... So funny. Kyle Hyde. Yeah, it's a great name. You must be very proud. Anyway, about your room. You're in room 215. Here's the key. Got the room 215 key. It's got the room number and the word wish engraved on it. Wish. What's that supposed to mean? It's the name of the room. The room has a name. Sure does. Every room in this hotel has its own name. We got Wish, Bravery, Daybreak, Success, even Angel. Cute. You think those up yourself? Sure did. Great names, ain't they? Wish is my favorite of the bunch, though. Seems kind of pointless to me. Pointless? Rooms need numbers, that's it. Naming a room is a waste of time. A waste of time? Ain't no one ever said that before. They just didn't have the guts to tell you what they really thought. Some guests like the rooms to have names. But now I know, you're a man who doesn't waste time on silly stuff. Saves me from wasting breath on my story. Yep, a man like you would find my story a waste of time all around, but... What story? What story did you mean? None, don't want to waste your valuable time. Come on, what's the story? Well, if you really want to know, I'll tell you. It concerns room 215, the room where you're going to be staying. It's got a, how do you put it, a history. A history? What, like ghosts? You telling me it's haunted? Ghosts? Nah, this is way better than some spook with chains. You got dreams, pal? Something you wish for? I'm not really the wishing kind. That don't surprise me, but still. If you got something you want, I mean really want, you just may find it tonight. You follow? That's the story. That's room 215. It's the place where wishes are granted. I don't know why I'm helping you, but go ahead and take this. It's a hotel brochure. You got a map in there too. Sweet. Got the hotel brochure and map. I put it in my notebook. Alright, you're all checked in. Head on up to the first floor. It's through the lobby and up the stairs. Room 215 is down the hall on the left. Restaurants through the lobby and to the left. It opens for dinner at 6 p.m. and breakfast at 7:30 a.m. Let me write that down. Remember, these times matter. that's dinner 6, breakfast 7:30. Got a bar too, opens at 9 p.m. tonight. Okay. Checkouts at 10 a.m. Miss it, and I'm gonna have to charge you double. Okay, it's a lot of times. Of course, if you want to stay another night, just let me know. Need anything else? Okay, so when you get done with all that, with the character, then you get an interrogation segment where any things that you've garnered questions from the conversation, you can inquire a little more with the character. So you got breakfast 7:30 a.m., checkout 10 a.m., dinner at 6 p.m. The TV in the lobby is usable at 7 p.m. and 9 to 9 p.m., and the bar is open at 9 p.m. So that's the time schedule. So this is where you can like screw up your standing, I guess, with the character. You know, just be cool. Don't piss them off too much. So if you click on it and you wait, it'll extend the whole thing. I'm waiting for a package, and then my room grants wishes. So let's ask him about that. Fill me in on this whole wish granting thing. It's a story I heard from folks that stayed in 215. First, there was a young girl, then a middle-aged fella. Both of them looked beat down when they arrived, like they had no future. But by next morning, they looked like new people, so peaceful and content. Well, I was kind of taken aback by this transformation, so I asked them about what happened. And you know what? They both told me the same thing. Room 215 is magic. It granted my wish. So that's why I said, ha ha ha. What's so funny? Good one, Pops. Real nice. I didn't think an old-timer like you would tell me of fairy tales. Fairy tales? That what you think this is? Just a waste of your valuable time, is that it? Call it a fairy tale if you want. It's a free country. There's supposed to be a package for me. A package for you. Sorry, I don't see nothing. It should be here. Maybe you can actually look around or something. You send a package to a hotel when you don't even have a reservation. Nice. Oh, and this package better not be anything that's going to cause problems. Oh, yeah. What problems? What kind of problems? Is it anything that's going to inconvenience my hotel? Depends on what you mean by inconvenience. Had a bit of trouble with a package for another young guy like you. Thing turned into a damn circus. Let's just say I don't want to deal with anything like it again and leave it at that. Bunch of lousies. I'll have the bellhop look for your package. If it shows up, he'll bring it to your room. See, we garnered another question out of that by being inquisitive. Talk about the trouble you mentioned earlier. What happened? That, well, it was right about 3 years ago. The bellhop took a package up to a guest's room, right? And then bang, bunch of cops and detectives come storming in. Detectives? Seems my guest was a crook, part of some big crime ring or something. He was using this hotel to fence stolen goods. Fence means sell. Whole thing was a damn mess. Gunshots in the hallway, screaming guests running every which way. I ain't never going through anything like that again. That's why the Dusk's got a strict policy. No crooks and no cops. That it? Yeah. Enjoy your stay. You can kind of look over here at him and see him over here. We don't need to talk to him now. Let's look at our stuff. Let's look him up. Hotel Dusk owner, right. We got a map. So there's a ground floor, a first floor, and it may extend. I think there's more floors than this. We just don't have all the map or something yet, maybe. So you can use your slider or your arrow keys here. Here's where we are. Actually, we're right here. This is going to lead to lounge, a staff-only area. I believe this is a kitchen. I think this is sleeping quarters for the staff, and this is the kitchen area. I'm not sure what this is. This is the office for the manager. Room 111. There's like one room down here. And then a hallway. This is stairs leading up to the second floor, or the first floor. You got the restaurant and the bar. This little area over here. And we can't look at the second or the first floor until we're on it. So that's the map. Can't really look at the brochure. Unfortunately, unless it's in our items. Which it is, okay. Hotel guide and map I got when I checked in, but unfortunately you can't really look at it or read it. I can't read any of that, so. The room number and the word wish are engraved on the key. Just a quick save. Alright, we'll proceed a little further. Huh. Pardon me, sir, do you have a room available? As I walk away from the front desk, I hear a voice behind me. I need a room for the night. Just another guest. Welcome to my own little slice of heaven, Hotel Dusk. As luck would have it, we got vacancies. What kind of room you looking for, darling? Well now, aren't you just a sweet talker? But there's a certain room I want. Which room's that? The one I saw in the newspaper article. I want that special room, the wishing room. You've got a room like that here, haven't you not? We certainly do. Unfortunately, ma'am, that room's... Oh dear, is it taken? That's right, and I'm damn sorry about it. I'm really sorry, ma'am. Well, isn't that a shame? You want a different room? We got plenty, and they're all top of the line. Yes, I suppose I'll make do with something else. Talk to her. Excuse me. Now, young man. I'm trying to check into this nice hotel. Perhaps we can talk later, after we've been properly introduced, that is. Well, that's what I was trying to do, woman. And maybe I could have given you that room you wanted. Could have waited until she got another room and we could have swapped keys or whatever. We'll talk to her later. Can't look at Let's head into the lounge. So we got room 111 in front of us. Vending machine. The manager's office. This leads to the other hallway. It goes to gives the bar and the restaurant. Well, the hallway that leads to the bar and the restaurant hallway, yeah. Okay. So let's look around on the wall. What's going on over there? Wait a minute. Dunning said something while I was checking in. Your name really Kyle Hyde? Huh? No, forget I said anything. I wonder why my name got that reaction. Can't zoom in or look at it in further detail. So now we can try this door. Knock on it. Knocking's not getting me anywhere. The door is locked. The sign on the door says 111. Nothing we can do here. I may actually try to use the mouse movement. I don't know if this works, but it's a little weird. Okay. I had a lamp just like this. It's worth about $1.50 new. Looks like the cabinet I owned when I still lived in the city. So you always want to rotate, because you might find something on the sides of things. So this is the right hallway. Staff only. I hurt my knuckles, and for what? Nothing, that's what. Door won't open. Probably shouldn't go around trying to open staff doors anyway. This is a vending machine, I think. Yeah. Here's our other star. So this one is Bobby hanging on the vending machine. See what it says. There's a sticker on the side of the vending machine. Mine is 40. The vending machine, the bachelor's best friend. Need coins, huh? Yeah, that, let me back out for a second. Yeah, like he doesn't even have a wallet. He should also have his keys from his car in his pockets, but he doesn't, so I don't know how he's gonna pay for this place. Okay, so we can't do anything with this. Let's just say. Get change at the front desk. Join the hunt. Find the 7 lucky numbers hidden in this hotel. Right. Calculate the sum of the numbers, then input it into the machine for a prize. Calculate the sum. Get lucky for just 25 cents. Stunning will give us coins. Nobody's in. I'm not going to try to open it. Let's go see if he'll give us money now. He's probably still talking to that lady. Yeah, she's still standing there. We'll get him later. We can't use him now anyway. Okay, let's look at this stuff. You want to inspect everything you can in this game. That's what it's all about. There are a couple of chairs in the corner of the room. Looks like someone picked these up at garage sale or from the dump. There's a simple wooden table in front of the chairs. Okay, can we look at the plants? No. I mean, we can, but we can't go into any real detail with them. Look at something out here real quick. Okay, never mind. Guess there's anything else to do. Just gonna chill here. The video is gonna end just momentarily. I don't want to run into. Sometimes you run into characters just blindly when you transition to a new room. And I don't want to get into a new dialogue tree until we have more time in the video. So let me go ahead and make a quick save. And I will make a hard save. And look here, I'll show you under characters. So see, we have a question mark, and it represents that woman. So, what were our items again? Pager, suitcase key, the room drawer, or the key to our room, and then the hotel brochure that came with the map. That's all I got right now. So I thank you guys for watching. I'm going to go ahead and stop here. I hope this first video has piqued your interest to stick with the series. It's enjoyable. It's got an interesting story I think you will like. So thank you, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.